a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun, because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day, and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like, I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into... they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to, like, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get like a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns and they look for dope and this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for, like, going left to center and, like, a couple miles over. Like, y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive, since the Highway State Patrol knows so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic. Y'all pay them. They can go over there and teach these Haitians how to drive, because it's getting I'm getting thousands of views on these, and it's going to get bigger, and it's only going to get worse. And y'all sitting up there in these chairs, all y'all need to get out here and do something. Y'all making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all need to put on a t-shirt and some Crocs, and then y'all need to come out here in these streets, and y'all need to go out here and I'm out here before the police is. Like, y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all really got to stand on business. Y'all getting paid all this money just to wear a suit and sit in a chair. I think it's crazy, bro. We got to do something, bro. It's kids out here getting hurt. Like, only reason I even went on here and said something about it is because somebody told me they walking from the school and a Haitian almost ran into them. And who is getting paid? Like, how much money is y'all really getting paid, like, to bring them over here? Like, I know it's deeper than them. I know that's where they come from, and that's what they do. That's they country. I don't know what they got going on over there, but they can't do that over here. And if y'all just getting paid from it and then y'all ain't doing nothing about it, I think that's super weird, bro. Y'all got to stand on business. Y'all got to really, like, step up. Like, it's lame, bro. Like, for real.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
I think it's, like, kind of odd that, like, a guy...
Shalom, shalom. Let's start with giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Arakak, double honor to the apostles, nailed as a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. As you can see, this is Springfield, Ohio, a resident in Springfield, Ohio. He's also complaining about migrants, all right? And I've been doing a few videos on this, speaking of the different migrants. The ones you have seen, I was directly speaking on the Venezuelans, how the Venezuelans took over those apartment buildings in Aurora, Colorado, a situation between migrants and blacks in Chicago and various other areas around Babylon the Great. But here now you have it, because I always spoke of saying there's going to be many more migrant situations that's taking place. Who's just being highlighted right now is, more of the Latin speaking tribes, okay? And the Venezuelans who will be identified in the Bible is the tribe of Asher. Of course, the ones who go back to Abraham, the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, of course, right? And who he's speaking about is the so-called Haitians, which biblically they would be the Levites, right? They will come from the tribe of Levi in the Bible. But we all knew that something was going to come up this whole, migration border situation, because everybody, in most places, in different parts of the city around Babylon the Great, you have people complaining about the migrants, okay? It says since they have arrived and been dropped off, which, a lot of people thinks it's suspicious that we have more activity in crime. I mean, crime all across the board. On top of these same individuals, or a lot of these individuals getting complimentary help or, aid okay, to suffice themselves while they're over here, while the average American citizen is working one or two jobs, 10 to 14-hour shifts, and barely surviving. All right, barely surviving. You see, so the American people are complaining. And it's just going to come a point in time where we're going to have some of the American people stand up and what? Defend themselves or fight for what they think is right. Okay, because they're going to feel like the local authority are not what? Doing their job, which is to what? Protect and serve. So it's just a matter of time for the American people. It's going to take these things upon their own hands as they see that the local authority or the government is not handling their business as they think they should. All right. So this leads me to the book of 2 Ezra. This is going to be something quick to the spirit. So we're going to go to the book of 2 Ezra chapter 15. And let's start at verse 14. So it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." All right. So Ezra is seeing what is going to be taking place upon the world. So that's why it said woe. You go into the word woe means sorrow, mourning, destruction. All right. And this is what's coming to America, Babylon the Great, predominantly, and places across the world. Right. So it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." All right. So it's going to come upon a time. We always speak of the RACEWARS taking place. Right. We always speak about these. See, these different instruments that people have, because a sword is anything that you can delete someone or harm an individual with. And that's what you're going to see people rising up against each other with what? With instruments of, harmful instruments. Something that can defend themselves but also harm you. All right? So this is what you're about to see. This is coming up. This is coming into play. And then verse 16, it goes into what? Sedition, meaning rebellion. It's going to be a lot of rebellion out here. Just like how you see uproar in many different countries like Greece and, different countries like Europe, right? Different cities of those countries, different places, like I mentioned. This is going to happen in America, Babylon the Great as well. All right, there's going to be a lot of rebellion out here. And guess what? People are going to fend for themselves and say, you know what? You couldn't take care of us, we'll take care of ourselves. That's how it's going to be, man. It's going to get crazy out here, like we've been saying. It's going to get crazy out here in Babylon the Great. So verse 17, it says, "A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So dealing with, a man should desire and go to a city and should not be able, there's many things that you can think that can take place. Martial law, right? Quarantine zones, certain cities being on high alert, where you can only move around unless you work for essentials. Remember, we had that before. Okay, we had to carry around a paper where your job is stating that you're essential worker and you're needful for society, so you're able to move around and still work, or just places around the city might just have checkpoints. You say you can't enter into this area for whatever reason. You can't enter into that area or part of the city for whatever reason. They say, right? These things are coming. Okay, these things are coming. Oh, remember when we had the whole scamdemic? Where certain places says you can't come in unless you got a face mask. You can't come in unless you show your proof of, your V card, right? You can't come in. So who knows what he's going to put forth to do when he does that, or try to lock down the city, where you're going to be stuck in your local area or local vicinity. All right. Verse 19, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for a great tribulation." Okay, so it's gonna get people are gonna get that dog eat dog world mindset. All right, where they're no longer gonna have pity, and have that mindset of, if my neighbor shares something with me, I'm gonna share something with my neighbor. No, they're gonna come to want to take what you have because they don't have it. All right, and they're gonna destroy everything what you have if you get in their way. Well, why? Because it's going to be the lack of bread, and for great tribulation, it's going to get crazy out here. Push a raccoon, or I forget which animal it is. But let's just say push a raccoon or bear against put their back against the wall. No, they're gonna fight their way out. And I don't even know why I use a bear for an example, because I don't believe a bear you will get pushed into a corner. But let's say something like a raccoon. You know, some of them be acting a little scared of us. A lot of them don't. But let's just say if you do, hypothetically, man, that raccoon is going to try to fight. You know, fight or claw, jump on its way out to, you know, get away from you. You know, and people's back are against the wall. All right, people are in straight survival mode. So because of the lack of bread and great tribulation, you're going to really see. You're going to see the you know, the mindset of a person who is all about self, right? Who is all about protecting themselves, feeding themselves, or their family, right? And you are in the way of it. So what does that mean? Then you have to be removed out the way. See, these different things are coming to Babylon Great on a whole nother level. But we see what's happening. We see the setup. We see the order out of KO, because it doesn't make sense how, you know, E is bringing all these, you know, letting all these different individuals come here and wreak havoc and, you know, get aid and, you know, all these different things. Why? Because we know there's another agenda behind it. And like the devil does, he likes to kill two birds with one stone, right? And he does things where he wants to have that excuse to reason why he's doing it, all right? So that would just sound quick through the spirit. Lord willing, was edifying. Like I say, you know, there's going to be many more incidents, okay? Many more incidents of, you know, this type of situation taking place, all right? Let's see if there's more. What's that? Almost. Oh, this is just random stuff. Okay, slot. See if I got another one dealing with that. Nope, I don't. I thought I had the one just to show you, give you a glimpse of it with the Venezuelans, and I don't actually have one at the moment. Oh, here go one right here, just to show you a clip, you know. And I showed this video on at least 2 videos before, but I just wanted to show you just to show you that this is real, and I've done research on it, and this was spoke about all the news and everything. But see, this as far as migrants and illegals, immigrants, however they want to, you know, they're noting these different people coming from these different countries. They are making mention of them, and they are highlighting them of being the problem. Okay, they are highlighting these people of being the problem, which they are creating problems as well. The ones that were sent over here to do, and the ones who are just doing it naturally because that's what they do to survive. And America as the gates are open, as a lot of people are comfortable here, they're easy to be took over because they don't have a mindset of a person that operated in a third world country, you know, of more of a survival mode, you know, living off not the most. When they see Americans over here fattening themselves up and just living fruitlessly, right? Or I believe it's frivolously. That's the word I might be using, slop. All right? So it's just not... one of the things to point out there is you see it's the tribes, though, right? They ain't mentioning the so-called ones that came from, let's say like Pakistan or something. They ain't mentioning them, right? But they mentioning the tribes. They mentioning the people of color, so to speak, you know? Because y'all the ones that's going to be highlighted, because at the end of the day, they know y'all Jake. But that was just something quick. To the spirit of the Lord, was edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom.